amazing diets of NFL players that will surprise you. In order to be the best football player in the NFL, you sure have to eat something that sets you apart. But what do these behemoths eat? Let's check out some interesting and astonishing diet charts of top NFL players. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best NFL quarterbacks in the modern era. His playmaking is equal to none, but do you know what literally made this champion? It is a heavy meat diet, or perhaps vegan? Nope, it's actually ketchup. Yes, ketchup morning, noon, and night. And no, Mahomes is not suffering from a hormonal imbalance that made him take up this diet. The roots of this ketchup obsession dates back when he was a child and the NFL future was not even on the radar for him. And as a kid, he had become addicted to ketchup sandwiches. Yes, it tastes exactly as it sounds. Just two pieces of bread with some ketchup in between them, literally slathered in ketchup. This diet that would puzzle every dietitian would end up developing into a very severe ketchup addiction for him by the time he entered the NFL. Previously, it used to be just sandwiches, and now it is literally everything and anything he can get his hands on. There has to be a fair supply of ketchup for him to keep going in his rhythm. In fact, in one incident where he was seated in a rather posh restaurant, he asked for ketchup on his steak. The comment actually drew the cook out from his kitchen, who went on asking if everything was fine with the food.
I've definitely been at a few nice restaurants where I've got the steak and asked for ketchup, and the chef comes out and asks what's wrong? I'm like,
In the NFL, Mahomes got a solid foundations to further his ketchup fetish. He ended up signing a lucrative deal with the Hunt's Ketchup Company and began endorsing ketchup actively. For the company, it was surely a gold mine, and why not? Who on earth would have thought that a living legend of American football lives totally on ketchup? This is bound to draw crowds. But for Mahomes, it was even bigger win. He used to proceed from the deal to open his own Whataburger restaurant because according to his tasting abilities, the ketchup from Whataburger is the best ketchup you are ever going to find. True or not, the opening day of his restaurant saw a long line of cars over a mile long outside the doors. The obstruction to traffic was so bad that the cops decided to interfere. Yes, and all of that just for the love of ketchup. Remember the time your mom always warned you from eating too much fast food because it apparently ruined your health? Well, it turns out that she wasn't exactly correct. Because for some, a lot of fast food can be so beneficial that it literally turned them into a cheetah across all NFL charts. Meet Tyreek Killis, also known as the cheetah of NFL. This is that one player who has been impossible to outrun, and when videos of his insane runs began circulating on the web, fans began asking him about his diet that gave him his phenomenal speed. What Tyree revealed was his grandmother's recipe to stardom. And what sort of concoction is that? Don't worry, it has got nothing to do with some weird plant or animal's entrails. The answer is your nearby fast food chain, Popeyes. Yes, our cheetah, it seems, lives on fast food. Make that a lot of fast food. The signature grandmother's dish for Tyree is the 5-piece chicken spicy black served with ranch hot sauce and honey. But the diet does not end there. Any good player needs his veggies, and for Killis, it is the salad Doritos served at Popeyes. Seriously, this cheetah of the NFL eats like an average overweight college student? If you thought that fast food and ketchup were weird for an athlete, wait till you find out what Marshawn Lynch eats all the time. Marshawn has been a very good player ever since he debuted in the NFL, but his stint in power was abruptly stopped when he went down with a mysterious disease. He was haunted by some really bad stomach aches that came up out of nowhere. Despite trying out a variety of diets, he and his team couldn't reach a proper solution when one day all of a sudden everything was back to normal. What helped things get back on track? Skittles! I am talking about the candy brand Skittles. But mind you, don't dare call those sugar-coated goodness simply Skittles in front of Marshawn. He prefers giving them their due respect and calls them Power Pellets. And he has every reason to show his respect, as ever since he included that into his diet, things have been looking good for him and his game. He has shown massive improvements on the field and has become close to unstoppable. What's more, he has become insanely famous amongst the crowd as well. with the audience showering the field with candy wherever he scores a touchdown. The fat continued amongst his teammates as well as they gave him a few Skittles whenever they were on the back foot. It apparently charges him up. Then, slowly Skittles began taking a much more important part in his life. Seriously, who goes to the field in a car full of Skittles and jumping into a box of candy on national television? That's ridiculous. Not for Marshawn, it seems. This love for candy is not limited to Marshawn Lynch. In fact, there's another guy in the NFL who is an equally big candy addict. And this guy is an absolute monster. At the height of 6 feet 4 inches and weighing about 230 pounds, DK is an absolute behemoth of muscle and determination. His body has ridiculously low levels of fat at 1.4%. And this is one well-toned body even for a professional athlete. And when some bloke decided to ask him his diet on television, all hell broke loose. DK is on a candy diet. Seriously? Is there anything like a candy diet? Apparently, there is one, and it is composed of eating 1 meal a day and 1 coffee and some 3 bags of candy. Yep, that is a diet. All of these diets may be a bit weird, but they are definitely not illegal, as in our next diet. Aaron Rodgers was well past his prime when he had one of his most amazing seasons. This late resurgence caught the headlines as fans began asking him the reason behind his bombastic return to the field. The answer was not what anyone expected. Aaron had taken a trip to South America and experimented with the effects of a psychedelic plant drink called ayahuasca. Immediately after ingesting some amounts of the drink, he had some of the most amazing hallucinations a man can ever have when he is high. In fact, the effect was so long-lasting that it improved his approach to the game and helped him see different ways of winning a football game. Cool, huh? Going to South America and getting high on drugs only to come back and set the field on fire. What could be better than that? But there was one issue with this entire series. Ayahuasca is laced with DMT, a potent drug that is illegal in the United States and can fetch you a prison sentence easily. His shocking revelations on TV started a set of the most high-voltage debates regarding his diet that could not only be contrary to the fair play rules of the game, but also be illegal altogether. While many went against him, some others encouraged him to take more if it would improve his show in the playoffs. They basically wanted a guy getting high on illegal drugs to win a football game. Not very odd, is it? After all, if candy could transform a man into a goal-making machine and ketchup create a living legend, why not have some fun getting a few happy hallucinations? So, which diet did you like the most? Please comment in the comment section and share your thoughts.